Welcome back, guys, to another video. If I may see me showing my face in this video today, you know that it's not good. Um, let's start off from my experience going to the game itself, right? Now, I didn't even make it into the stadium. I purchased my bleachers ticket, and by the time I reached there 8:05, gates closed on me. So it already started off not looking so good. So thousands of us, by the way, on the outside. That's why I commented on one of the posts that Quest Times made, saying that the person that you guys seen jumping the wall and jumping the fence, most of these persons that were there in and around the outside of the stadium, they had their tickets. Like myself, I was there just watching this chaos happening or unfolding in front of me. So started off bad. Had to go in the car to watch the rest of the game, like the last 30. If I catch so much of the game, the service is down because everybody on the outside trying to get on the streams. So it was just so crappy. Messages not being sent. It was just a horrible experience on the night. I don't think it could have get worse for me because in traffic for so long leading to the venue, then that happened. Now this coach, I don't even know what to say about him. This man lose this table or lose this qualifying spot for Jamaica from last week. And I said it in my last video. The fact that you as a coach can go into a Trinidad game, such high stakes, the rivalry, the passion, and going there thinking that a draw would be good. Especially when you realize that we score first, you made defensive changes. That is where he went wrong. He went wrong. We lost this from that game because you're not going to put all the pressure on the guys for Jamaica versus Curacao game. All the pressure on some of these youngsters as well that don't necessarily have as much experience within this type of setting. The likes of Whisper and Kaim and all of that. It was too much. It was too much on the night because if we had won that game in Trinidad, we wouldn't have to come here and win. The draw that we got would have been more than enough. Steve McClaren, I said it in my last video, he must be on crack. The man must be on crack. Or he must have another contract saying to not have Jamaica qualify. Because ain't no way you have this crop of players at your disposal and we don't top the group. On paper, yes, and I always say football don't play on paper. On paper, we have some of the best players or good enough players to top the team. We have good enough players that can actually take us to the World Cup. It's just poor decision making, poor in-game management, poor management overall. And this man resigned right after the game with if I'm judging him incorrectly, yeah, my bad, but this seemed like a pre-written speech, which means that in his head he's going in thinking that there's still a chance that we're not going to go through. And if that just shows up his way of thinking, his mindset. If I'm that coach, I'm not writing no pre-written speech, because in my head I'm telling myself, say, Jamaica is going to come out and support the team. The team is going to be good. We're going to do everything right on the night. It's just someone being optimistic because you're basically being a pessimist, or you're being pessimistic, thinking like in the back of your mind the negative. You're letting the negative win, the negative thoughts win. That's why he made that speech. No, and he knows he's not good enough because there's no way that we still have a chance to go to the World Cup. And after tonight, you're just going to resign. After the game, you're just going to resign. That you're not good enough to bring this team to the World Cup. So why were you there so long? Why didn't you resign at 2, 3, 4 games before? You waited to reach this point. This man is a serial loser. He's been sacked by so many teams. He's failed to carry I think it was England to the Euros. This man is not an elite coach, and we had opportunities to get somebody in that makes sense. We had one of the best ever group in terms of the quality in and around. We should have. There's one team in it that they were just there for participation. Bermuda, respectfully, they were just there for participating because they didn't win a game. I can't recall them winning a game. So we only had 2 other teams within this group. When you think about it, 2 other teams, and we still didn't go through. We still have to wait on the playoffs, and I think those pathways dropped earlier today. So we can probably, I'll make a video on that. But this coach is just utter Out of this, man is a disgrace, man. Disgrace to Jamaica. I understand the people them crashing out. I understand everyone crashing out because this should have been our time to secure the spot from now. Now we're gonna be playing, I think, the likes of, is it New Caledonia and I think DR Congo. These are not gonna be walkover games. All of those teams in that spot, they are good enough to be in the mix of the World Cup. Now, DR Congo especially, that team has some good quality. The likes of Wan Bissaka, a few other names that are in the Premier League, Sunderland players. They have players in that squad that have an identity where football is concerned. They're not going to be playing the kick and run and the long ball and they're not going to be doing that. The football IQ is much better. So if we couldn't get through this group, where respectfully to those teams in and around us weren't necessarily have that high standard or have the best standard, how is it that we're gonna try to get through? We're gonna have to win those two games, by the way. So there's no draw, there's nothing else. There's no lose one and then win the next one. We have to win both games. You have to win. It's like a semi-final and final. 2 games. So we're going from just needing from last week, just needing 4 points to qualify, and then we need another 6 points now to qualify. Basically, we need 2 more wins. So it's just pushing it back. It's just making it even harder. That's what Steve McClaren did for the Reggae Boyz and Jamaica at large. And like I said, some blame would have to be on the team. The team didn't necessarily perform and do a good enough job. On the night, we got some sitters. Looking back at some of the replays, we got some sitters and we didn't score. So we have ourselves to blame as well. We're all gonna have ourselves to blame because even the coach is a part of the JFF picked him. JFF selected him. So we are always our own downfall. There's so many coaches now I'm seeing popping up. Like, you try one of them. I see people saying get back to Tapper. Try Butler, try Bell, try Speed. Like, try somebody that's local. Come on, try somebody now that have the Jamaican heart and soul and mind in them. Because this coach, they just hired him for the fact that he had some England link or overseas link. That must be because there's nothing else that he had. Even in the games that we were winning, you see that this man don't have any tactical awareness, no decision making when it comes to in-game management. None, absolutely none. He's just throwing out some players out there, hoping say on the night or on the day, their individual quality will show. That can work sometime. That's not going to work all the time. That's not how football play. So, I mean, we kind of calmed down from the night of the game because leaving and not even getting to go into the stadium was disappointing enough then to hear the result and see the mood of the Jamaicans in and around. And them just want the team to win. If some of them, I know some of them don't actually watch much football, but your country, them will come out and support and full up the stadium, ram the stadium to the people outside, thousands of people outside, and we still don't make it. Curacao, one of the smallest countries ever to be in the World Cup, made it. And congrats to them, by the way. Congrats to them. Congrats to them because they did that. They did what they're supposed to. We didn't. And that's just a sad reality of it. Guys, if you're watching and you haven't already subscribed, I see so many views recently. 1,000 view here in a video, 3,000 plus 600. So, and you guys are not subscribing. Is it I need me to show my face more often? But hit the subscribe button, guys, if you haven't already subscribed. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening to my rant. More videos to come, both on local football and overseas. Thank you so much for sticking with the channel. Let's hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.